Representative Bernie Sanders.
Thank you, Mr. Leader. I've introduced legislation in the last 3 sessions of Congress that would raise the minimum wage to $5.50 an hour. And I think Senator Daschle said it well. This is a modest proposal. If you end up making $5.15 an hour, you're not doing very, very well. Many of us would go further. But I think we're all excited that the President, the leadership is on support to raise the minimum wage so that people can at least escape the abyss of poverty. In the recent election, 62% of the American people, including many, many low-income workers, did not vote. And in my view, the reason they did not vote is they're seeing their jobs go to third world countries. They're working and slaving away at $4.25 or $4.50 an hour, and they look to Washington and they're saying, what are you guys doing? Do you know that we're alive? Do you know that we're in pain? Well, today, at least, some of us are saying, we hear you. We know you can't survive on $4.25 an hour. We're disgraced that the gap between the rich and the poor is growing wider. We want you to participate in politics. We want you and your kids to earn a decent living. We hear you. We're going to fight for your rights. Last point that I would like to make. We hear a whole lot about welfare reform in this institution. I get very upset when you have workers who are making $4.25 an hour, who then have to go out and get food stamps paid for by taxpayers, have to go out and get Medicaid paid for by taxpayers, live in subsidized housing paid for by taxpayers. In other words, the American middle class is subsidizing employers who are not paying their workers a living wage. It seems to me in this country, people who work for a living have the right to work for at least minimum wages that provide them with sustenance, and people who employ workers should not have to go to the government for corporate welfare in order to subsidize those wages. I hope very much, and I'm sure that the President and the leadership will take this fight to the heartland of America. The people are waiting to hear the United States Congress stand up and fight for their rights, and I think we're off to a good start.